You're in the gym locker room, dripping sweat like you're trying to water the floor. Your legs feel like they've been replaced with jelly. Your chest is burning, and you can still hear your own breathing echoing in your ears. You just finished 30 minutes on the treadmill, staring at the same bland wall like it personally insulted you. Then you see your friend, the one who skipped cardio again. The one who did just a little lifting and left like it was no big deal. They're walking out laughing, hair still dry, looking like they just finished a casual stroll through the park. And you're standing there thinking, how is this fair? Because you've been told the rule. Cardio equals fitness. Cardio equals fat loss. Cardio equals being the kind of person who looks good in a shirt. So why does the person who ignores the treadmill look like they've cracked some secret code? Here's the contradiction that makes you question everything you've been taught. The person doing less is somehow getting results that you've been chasing with more effort. And by the end of this video, this is going to make sense. Not in a motivational poster way, in a calm, logical, oh wow, that explains everything kind of way. Because once you understand what's actually controlling your results, you can't unsee it. So let me give you one simple mental model that explains this whole thing. Think of your body like a dimmer switch, not an on-off button, not a light that's either burning bright or totally dark. A dimmer switch that constantly adjusts brightness based on what it thinks is happening around it. Most people think fitness works like an on-off switch. You do cardio, the light turns on, fat burns, progress happens. You skip cardio, the light turns off, everything falls apart. But your body doesn't work like that. It's always adjusting the dimmer. Here's the problem. When you hammer cardio thinking, more is better, your body doesn't hear motivation. It hears urgency. It hears, we are burning energy fast. This might be a problem. So it quietly turns the dimmer down in other places to protect itself. This is where things get interesting. You finish a hard cardio session and feel proud. You feel like you've earned the right to rest. But later that day, without realizing it, you move less. You sit a little longer. You fidget less. You choose the elevator instead of the stairs. Not because you're lazy, but because your nervous system subtly taps the brakes. You're basically telling your body, we just survived a mini war. And your body replies, great. Now let's conserve energy like we're preparing for winter. Meanwhile, your friend who skips cardio never triggered that emergency signal. Their dimmer switch stays steady. They walk more without thinking about it. They lift things, pace while on calls, stand up, sit down, live their life without feeling spent. Their total movement across the day stays surprisingly high. Most people don't realize this because it's invisible. No one tracks how much they slump on the couch after a brutal workout. No one logs how they suddenly need a nap at 4 p.m. The body just quietly compensates. And this is why the common approach fails. Cardio feels productive because it's obvious. Loud breathing, burning legs, sweat dripping like a movie montage. But the body doesn't reward drama. It rewards signals it can sustain. Think about that dimmer switch again. If you suddenly crank the light to max brightness, the system heats up. So the body dims the lights elsewhere to avoid overload. But if you keep the brightness moderate and steady, the system stays comfortable. Nothing needs to be shut down. Your friend isn't fitter because they're genetically blessed or secretly disciplined in ways you're not. They're fitter because their dimmer switch never got slammed to the extreme. And let's clear something up because this isn't your fault. The fitness industry has spent decades selling the idea that suffering equals success, that if you're not exhausted, it didn't count, that cardio has to feel punishing to be effective. That's a great message for selling programs. It's a terrible message for human biology. Your body isn't impressed by effort. It's impressed by patterns. Here's an everyday example. Imagine you sprint everywhere for one day. To the car, up the stairs, across the parking lot. By evening, you'd be wiped. The next day, you'd probably move like a sloth in pajamas. Now imagine walking comfortably all day every day. Which one actually adds up to more movement over time? That's the joke. The body prefers boring consistency over heroic bursts. This is also why people who do cardio often feel confused when progress stalls. They're turning the dimmer switch up during workouts, but their body turns it down for the other 23 hours. Net result, not much changes. Meanwhile, the cardio skipper never triggered the dimming response. Their system stays relaxed. Their baseline movement stays higher. Their energy doesn't crash. And over weeks and months, that quiet consistency wins. Now, I want to talk about the hidden compensation that most people never notice. You're training hard and you feel like you're doing everything right, but your body is constantly trying to protect you. So when you do a brutal cardio session, your brain says, okay, we need to recover. And recovery means less movement, less energy, and more rest. It's like you've got a little manager in your brain who is very concerned about your survival. You don't see the manager, but the manager is always running the show. And the manager isn't stupid. If you keep telling it, we're in danger, it will protect you. It will reduce your activity, slow your metabolism, and make your body cling to what it has, because it doesn't know the difference between a treadmill and a real threat. So what's the solution? Not more cardio, not less cardio, just smarter cardio. And more importantly, smarter overall movement. Because fitness isn't just what you do in the gym, it's what you do all day. Here's a simple rule. If your workout leaves you feeling calm and normal afterward, you're doing it right. If it leaves you feeling wiped out and unable to move, you've triggered the dimmer switch. That doesn't mean your workout has to be easy. It means it has to be sustainable. It has to be something your body can handle without going into survival mode. So instead of asking, how hard should I push today? Ask, what can I do that won't make my body hit the brakes later? Maybe it's shorter, easier cardio that leaves you feeling normal afterward. Maybe it's walking more without calling it exercise. Maybe it's lifting weights and stopping before you feel destroyed, instead of chasing exhaustion like a badge of honor. Consistency beats intensity when intensity scares the dimmer switch. And here's the thing, your friend who skips cardio isn't doing nothing. They're doing the quiet, boring stuff that actually adds up. They're walking. They're standing. They're moving naturally. They're not training like they're trying to outrun a bear. And because they're not triggering the emergency signal, their body stays comfortable. Their dimmer stays steady. Their results show up over time like a slow, steady sunrise. So the next time you see that friend skipping cardio and staying fit, don't assume they're cheating the system. They're listening to it. The body isn't an on-off switch. It's a dimmer. And the question isn't whether you're turning it on. It's whether you're accidentally turning it down the rest of the day without realizing it. Now here's the question that should make you rethink everything you've been told. If the goal is fitness, not suffering, why are you still treating your body like it needs to be punished to earn results?